This is me, Spoon Beast.
So yeah, one of my subscribers sent in word yesterday of some pretty big, huge, like enormous news in terms of Smash Brothers that my ass should be reporting on. Let me just find the comment for you. He, on my development for Super Smash Brothers 4 Begins video, a user by the name of Nintendo Fan 89001, commented, "Nintendo is teaming with Bandai Namco to make the game Smash Brothers." You can check following news to find that out. And lo and behold, I actually searched Super Smash Bros. 4 and an article talking all about Nintendo listing the help of Namco Bandai is true. Now, Namco Bandai, of course, are behind the fighting games Soul Calibur and Tekken. Like, that's kind of what they delve into here. Along with Sakurai and I guess whatever other team of people he has and behind Sora or whatever the hell his development thing is, because I know he's not a part of HAL anymore. But so Nintendo apparently doesn't really care if Kid Icarus, Uprising, and Super Smash Bros. Creator Masahiro Sakurai has anything going on in his personal life and can't make a game. If Nintendo wants him to make a new Super Smash Bros., he's going to do it, no question asked. Company president Satoru Iwata has now announced a new Smash Bros. Game before it was even started on, and Mr. Sakurai even knew it would be happening. The first time was when the Wii was newly released, and Iwata promised Super Smash Bros. Brawl would have online play. More recently, Iwata said at E3 2011 that Super Smash Bros. 4 Wii U would feature crossplay or some kind of play with the Nintendo 3DS. Mr. Sakurai is just one man. Nintendo can't expect him to just keep pumping out these fighting games. I never said that either. Not one man can develop a game. The reason that announcement was made last year was simply to gain developers' attraction and build a team of people that would be passionate behind building the game and who'd be, invested in helping him make it. That was the only reason that announcement was made to the public eye, was to attract different developers to it, to make the game. So, I guess they've attracted some pretty big help here. He's not in the case of the game currently referred to as Super Smash Bros. 4 at Friday Nintendo Direct event in Japan. Iwata reconfirmed that the game is in development for both the Nintendo 3DS and Wii U, but in a dramatic shift from past Smash Bros., this game won't be made with help from HAL Laboratory. Because now Super Smash Bros. 4 will be a collaboration of Sora, Sakurai's team. Of course, they were a major part in developing Brawl. And Namco Bandai, as I mentioned earlier, behind Pac Man, Soul Calibur, Tekken, all the like. So that's pretty big news. With these guys on board, we can reasonably expect Super Smash Bros. 4 to to have some slick music. Maybe a Soul Calibur or Namco character could appear, meaning like a Tekken character, or I'm really hoping for Pac Man with this kind of an announcement. Maybe since they are developing it, they'll get like 3 characters in the game. I'm just hoping for Pac Man. When it comes to Tekken, to me it doesn't really matter all that much who could be in it. I'm sure Tekken fans will probably care more in terms of who they play as, but I'm not that big into it. I don't know that all that much about it, other than it's just another fighting game. Soul Calibur's got maybe a few characters. I mean, Link crossed over with Soul Calibur before for the GameCube release of that game. So I could see them maybe having somebody involved. This is kind of weird too, because like last year I kind of talked about Capcom possibly having a character, and now Namco Bandai is actually helping Sora with the development of this Smash Brothers. So that is extremely interesting to me. And Sakurai said in April that the new Super Smash Bros. Needed more than just a big roster of characters to succeed. There is a certain dead end we came to if we just expand the volume of the game. I intend to change the direction a little as we go. That's the key to its dual support for both 3DS and Wii U. As I mentioned that in my E3, I think it was my E3 preview video, that he mentioned on some sort of different changes that were going to be made, to make the two function well together. We know that's coming. We don't know what kind of big change it's going to be, how it's going to be portrayed, but, you find that all out once development comes out, and maybe you see some trailers or you see gameplay. Sakurai himself has stated that the game is in its early stages of development, so that we're past the drafting stage for the game. That means like writing it, scripting it. They're actually in development very early, like meaning just starting now. And he said after that he plans on doing his best to bring old characters back in Smash Brothers. And he said, from that perspective, I'm in the best, most fortunate position in the world. So by old characters, that means one of two things, meaning bringing, all the veterans that have already appeared in Smash Brothers back, or what I'm going with from this quote is that he wants to bring in more old school Nintendo characters, meaning like from the NES and the SNES, N64 is like, newer, so I think he wants to bring back, from the 8 to 16-bit era, I was big behind Balloon Fighter and Geno's appearance in Brawl. Neither one of them made it. So it'd be cool to see this time around if like both of them made it into the game. Balloon Fighter has more of a chance than Geno because, Geno is not owned by Nintendo. He is actually owned by Square Enix. And but hey, who knows, maybe they could actually get a hold of him this time if they really tried. But yeah, Balloon Fighter, maybe the Advanced Wars may not be that old, but it would be very interesting. I don't know how you'd make Excite Bike work more than the assist trophy they had. I'm just trying to think of more old school characters, like Bubble Bobble is pretty old school, but that's not made by Nintendo. Like you could play it for a Nintendo, but it wasn't really made by them. You know what I mean? So in terms of NES classics, they already got Ice Climbers and Rob in there. Balloon Fighter might be the next logical step. He's the one I want the most out of all the old school games, and Geno from Mario RPG. If you guys can think of any interesting old school characters, meaning from the 1980s to the early 1990s, we're talking Nintendo and Super Nintendo characters to be added, because he wants to bring old characters to Smash Brothers, and that's his motif, and that's just what he's going to try and do. I still think Pac Man's going to be one of them. Recent Namco Pac Man, obviously, you can't make just the one square jumper work. I really want to see Pac Man in it. I mean, Namco's helping develop it. Put Pac Man in there. He's your main guy. He's your main man, Namco. Put him up there with Mario. That'd be pretty cool to see. Don't know if Sonic's going to make it back for this one. He made it in another one already. But this is pretty big news. And the game, is in its very early stages of development. First, they're just starting to build up some steam now. So within a year's time, I wonder where we're going to be. It's going to be really, really interesting, especially with Namco Bandai behind some of the development. That like a portion of their team is helping Sakurai's team in developing this game. To me, that's very interesting because that means the chance of having third-party characters is big. Sure, it's from the company that's helping them develop it, but you could get Pac Man, a Tekken and Soul Calibur fighter mixed with the Smash Brothers veterans like Mario, Link, all those guys, and some of the newer characters they bring in. Some newer ones from the last generation, as well as all the old school characters that Sakurai wants to debut. This is a big deal, and now that we know kind of more of who's behind the game, they're still probably going to keep like a big shut on their content till probably next year's E3. But as I've been doing for the past year since it was first announced, I've just been looking up interviews. Thanks to everybody on here for like messaging me and telling me what's going on and keeping me in loop with the news so that I can share it with people who also haven't heard it yet. I thank you all for that, and we'll keep our eyes open because I don't think we really need our ears because we're not going to get anything on the TV. But this is a big deal. They got a third-party developer for Nintendo usually helping their second party in developing Super Smash Bros. 4. So we'll play that by ear. We'll see what comes as it may. And I thank you all for listening to this ramble of sorts. Anyway, you all have a good day. Spood Beast.